Hey guys, my name is Charlotte Mei. I'm a nutritionist and a presenter, and today I will be chatting with Ms. Gan Meixi, Deputy Director of Sustainability at the Singapore Institute of International Affairs. Hi Meixi.
Hi.
So could you walk us through what does your work at the SIIA look like?
Sure. So at the SIIA, or Singapore Institute of International Affairs, I lead the sustainability program. And the SIIA actually has two policy programs, one that focuses on ASEAN key markets and one that focuses on sustainability. And within the sustainability program, besides transboundary haze, we also talk about other sustainability topics, things like sustainable infrastructure, as well as green finance and carbon markets.
So now, why should we care about the issue of transboundary haze, and what does SIIA do about it?
So transboundary haze is much more than an air pollution problem. It actually affects a number of sustainable development goals. So firstly, transboundary haze, as you might know, is caused largely by the use of fire in agricultural land clearing. It often occurs on peatland, which is a very carbon-rich kind of ecosystem. And so when peatland burns, it releases a lot of carbon emissions, which, as you know, contributes to climate change. We have an annual report called the Haze Outlook Report that we put out every year around May or June. This report is a risk assessment of the likelihood of transboundary haze, and it's based on both weather forecasts as well as our conversations with policymakers, with corporates and with NGOs on what's happening on the ground.
So agricultural commodities are very important to a lot of aspects of humanity, but yet we see a lot of the production processes linked to transboundary haze. So what are your thoughts in navigating this challenge?
So agricultural commodities are a huge part of our lives. They're a huge part of the economies of the region, and they're a huge part of the livelihoods of millions of people. In the last few years, there has been a lot more attention and a lot more momentum on sustainability. We have started to pay a little bit more attention to the implications of what we do on nature and in turn on us.
So now, what do some of the potential solutions look like?
Firstly, it's important to acknowledge that the governments of the producer countries have actually done a lot over the years. For example, Indonesia now has an agency that was set up primarily to address the issue of peatland and to restore and maintain peatland so that it is less prone to fires. Of course, that's not to say that there are not still gaps. Some of the gaps may be, for example, making sure that any sustainability commitments that you make at the corporate headquarters level actually cascades all the way through your supply chain, as well as making sure that the smaller companies as well as smallholder farmers have enough resources to be able to meet minimum sustainability standards. And the last very important bit is finance. Banks and financial institutions actually have a lot of power to hold their clients to higher sustainability standards.
What do you hope to achieve in the area of sustainability?
Well, I hope to mainly do my part as a citizen of the world and to make sure that we leave to future generations a world that's environmentally and socially equitable. Most people, especially those in the highest levels of the government, are understanding that we have to take action on climate change and is willing to put the resources that are necessary behind it.
PM Haze just launched their Haze-Free Foodstand campaign. So how do you see this fitting within the larger landscape of sustainable agricultural production as well as transboundary haze pollution?
Palm oil is in half our groceries, from our cosmetics to our food. If we want the industry to become more sustainable, then we have to show that there is demand for sustainable commodities, and that means voting with our wallets. Campaigns such as PM Haze's is very crucial in terms of addressing the public awareness issue, why they have to care about the sustainability footprint of the products that they consume.
And so, Meixi, are you excited to try out some of the haze-free eateries out there that's part of the campaign?
I've been following the campaign on Instagram. It's quite nice to see that a lot of the food establishments that are featured are home-based businesses. I'm quite excited to try some of those that have been featured in the Instagram account.
Awesome. So if you guys want to check that out too, do visit the Instagram page. Well, it's so nice chatting with you today, Meixi.
Nice chatting with you too. Thank you.
Thank you.